day of March 2026, and we've been listening to Lalo for the whole morning and really enjoying him, as we've been just touching him because he lost his wife, and he had a tough time and he did what he had to do. But I just hope he listened to his music and was motivated by it, and I think that was an outlet for him, that was just a way of, after a while, singing and so for the carnival season, and so was a outlet for him to just release stress, which is a good thing. But I have my co-host in here, and we have a visitor as well, so I can say good morning. I'm saying good morning to my co-host. Morning.
Good morning.
Yes.
Okay.
I hear it.
Okay.
I hear the unison, Okay. I hear the one voice, a big
He ain't up there.
We ain't had no half thing. I get the one voice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Blessed Lord.
I love it. And so I said good morning as well to what must call him by? I had to find a word. But what we would call him, because
Mr. Culture.
For a young man.
Mr. Culture.
Right? Yeah, for a young man, he really I love the fact that he is into the culture, he's into preservation of the culture here in St. Christopher and Nevis. So let me say good morning to Mr. Belgrove.
Good morning.
Morning. I didn't know you, I just, I think I heard you when DuPont was working at Freedom. He played some poems by you and so.
I did one especially for him.
Yeah. And that's how I get to hear about this woman in Belgrove, Until we met. For the last two Christmases, he has had a Christmas concert. Yeah, and I don't know what he's seeing me, but he asked me to be a part of it. So I'm
asking you to be there again this year.
I'm honored. So we can start. We out the gate, okay? Yeah. Formal, out the gate. And then we come. If you know who music that is.
Well, you want to put me on the spot, Josie?
Yeah, but because I know you like the culture.
Yes, I think it's something, I know a lot of the music, but sometimes I don't necessarily know the artists.
Yeah. You're familiar with the music?
Yeah. In my days of growing up, we didn't have a choice. Whatever they played, you want to listen to something, you have to listen it. Because that's what my uncle used to listen all the time, Bible. Okay. So once it's playing, you got to listen it. So all the mixed hooks and elements and all of them, I know them. I've been hearing them for a lifetime, basically.
Okay. So that's Heat Waves.
So I just say the Bible
Salco.
Is your uncle.
Yeah.
Bible who got it bad on.
Yeah, Bible, Ronald Thomas, same guy.
So what is Jenny to you?
Jenny was my mother. Yeah. She is, but she passed away. She's my mother.
Wow, small world, boy. Small.
Yeah, Bible basically like a father to me. He's my uncle, but back in the days I used to tell people he's my father because he was basically the father figure in my life growing up.
Right,
so it used to be a lot of mix-up people here in saying Bible is my father and they know fully well he's my uncle, but I didn't know any better until I go a little older.
Yeah.
So Barbie is your mother brother.
Yeah.
And he is my cousin brother. You know Bernard Roland?
And Bernie is my cousin.
And I'm Bernie cousin.
Small
Now this was my uncle.
small world.
See what you mix up in here today.
Yes.
Now this was my uncle.
Yeah.
Bernie father.
Right. Okay. So Bernie is my cousin by mother's side. His
Small
mom.
world, man.
Yeah. The Rolands. Yeah. And close cousins, you know, not just the grew up
Bonnie,
together.
architect?
Yeah. Grew up
Yeah, I
together.
remember back in the days when we used to have the lunch on by Bernie. I remember seeing you coming there a few times. All the times I know you, but you ain't know me.
Okay. Grow up with them, hang with them,
Yeah.
sleep same house, all kind of things. Yeah.
I haven't seen Marva in decades though.
Yeah, she was here sometime when it was. Oh, the last time maybe about 6 years ago. When Uncle Victor died.
Okay.
Yeah, she was here.
Okay.
Yes, so it's Radio Market, guys, and we're inviting you to call in and sell something, give us something. You might want something to buy, you know. Call in, okay? Call in. Oh, somebody was asking if you know of anybody who fix fridge.
Yeah, top class refrigeration service on the corner of Malone and
They do
Camp.
fridges?
Air condition and fridge.
They had a guy named Dave.
Eh? That's
Shaw
Shaw
Avenue.
Avenue. Yeah. Shaw Avenue, sorry.
There's a guy called David too. He used to be on Keon Street. Right there, just opposite when you're going up the steps to go up to the Pasha, Greenlands.
Yeah.
He was right
Oh,
there.
he gone out of it right now though.
Oh, he finished with it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll tell the lady top class or
Yeah.
You call out, I think 663 4590. That's a guy named Justin as well.
oh yeah, Justin, yeah.
I think 663 4590 is
If
his
you,
number.
yeah, that's I know Justin.
Live in Taylors.
Yeah. They go up with us to Navy Street. Ingrid Duggins, Paulette and Ingrid and Lisa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
the thing about he you got to get chance to go pick him up and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna have the person would have. Yeah, Justin is going.
But he's good, eh?
Justin got a lot of fridge in here.
You just gotta get your act together.
Yeah, he got a lot of fridge in here and so.
Yeah.
Yeah. But me and him they still there, but I used to pass and see them.
Planner was his father, right?
Planner, yeah.
Is that real MacGyver? The mechanic?
Not that MacGyver, you know.
But the MacGyver that I know is always listening to Radio Market.
Yeah.
That MacGyver from Durant Avenue.
Yeah.
MacGyver from Taylors.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's my guy
MacGyver
to them
from
because
Durant
Durant is
Avenue,
older.
Eh?
The Durant Avenue one older
He's
than
older.
him.
Yeah.
So okay, MacGyver the first in Durant
Yeah.
But
Avenue. MacGyver the second.
Zima they're both into fixing things.
Yeah, Mr. Fix It.
Because
Yeah.
MacGyver in Durant Avenue, I know him as a mechanic, but of late he fix washing machine and, you know.
I tell you, fixing it.
Yeah.
MacGyver.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. But now you call that name. So he is in Tibo?
MacGyver?
In Durant.
Durant Avenue.
Durant,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Because I just thought about Dwight. I haven't seen Dwight in a long time. Dwight the
From
mechanic.
Marlin Avenue.
From Tibo
Tibo Avenue,
Yeah.
I saw him recently.
Okay, so he good to go.
Yeah.
Dwight
All
Paris?
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dwight Paris. I ain't seen him in a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, very good mechanic, you know.
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, call Awi, sell something. But in the meantime, just before, we going to be discussing the aquatic sports of yesteryear. That started in the 60s, I want to believe, or maybe
Something like
before that. Yeah, with
yeah.
Basil Henderson.
Yeah.
But before we go there, I got a call yesterday. Remember, we were talking about the different types of job. And by the way, job one breaker was known as special.
Special, yeah.
Special.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, there's a lady up there. Remember, I was talking with the lady, Madge. her name is?
Aunt Marge.
Aunt Marge.
Yeah.
In Palm
She
Pasture?
has- Yeah,
Yeah.
she's 92.
What?
I saw her. She told me
Yeah.
she's going to be...
moving around strong and
Yeah.
such,
Yeah.
man.
She said she's going to be here for next 3 weeks or something like that. So
Before she go back to England.
So if I want to learn how to do the job on breakers, I need to come. But you know, it's so strange that I taught her in this, the elderly thing that they had going, because she used to come to the center and she kept saying, I want you to teach me the art again, come back. But you know, I had a relationship with her in terms of that.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think she, I don't know if she is Ta's sister.
Which Tad?
The original Tad, the postman Tad.
Postman Tad. He
Yeah.
was there too. He was right there because when I went to pick up my granddaughter from Pastor from Tucker Clark, I have to pass there, and both of them were there. She was coming out.
The son was there, not the postman himself.
Not Tad. You remember the Tad, the cricketer on the tennis
Yeah.
player? Not him. The other postman, the one Tad.
The short one.
No, the postman Tad was the father. Yeah.
Okay,
The
but-
original
so-
Tad. the tower, is one of them that does work Hasford.
Yeah. you fit-
Okay,
yeah,
and then
yeah.
the Tad,
And
and
then
then
Tad.
the other Tad, the
Yeah.
cricketer, and the tennis player. Okay,
However,
to be corrected.
yeah. Donna Manchester went by her, and I think she has 90 pieces of jawbone breaker for $25
What?
or something
What?
like that.
But that ain't bad.
I'm telling you. So how much? That's what. So she said that. I think she might be traveling soon. So we can try. I hope we
What?
get to go and see what she has.
But that
how
ain't
she does
bad.
it.
90 pieces of jawbone for.
I think it's 90. She said. Well, I mean, sure, it's 90. Or maybe
that's
I
a
got
lot
it.
of
I got
profit
it. turn
for
up.
whoever because it's 10 cents to sell one for.
Yeah. So I don't know. But she said, I hope to get to. We get to
10
see her
cent or
at
20%.
least. Because that would be awesome if we get to see how it was done. Because we always eat them, but we don't know.
Yeah.
And I tell her, well, me can't take no jawbone breaker. Me take them in for jawbone breaker. They are jawbone. Look, we used to consume some sweet,
I'm telling you, but you see, we used to burn it
We
off.
burn it off, yeah. And then, and some hard sweetie. What about pinchy?
Oh boy. them
Pinchy was something you could chop somebody with.
But you used to go soak the pinchy them to
I'm
get
telling
them
you, when you buy a
I
pinchy.
break in that jam
You
before.
can-
Yeah, maybe.
You got to pump it with the
Yeah. Not biting that at all.
You know pinchy, woman?
Yeah. You put them in your mouth, you suck them from
You have to suck them till the afternoon.
I'm telling you. I see pinchy break out man teeth and so.
Yeah,
Jump out your
telling
mouth,
Yeah.
hit the ground, it bounce.
But I was telling you.
So what is the void of, what a void of why they get so hard?
I think they bake them.
Or they
let them
don't
say-
put in something
they let
to get them
extra
hard.
time in the oven.
Because even when something get crisp in the oven, it's still in the hard, you know.
But I don't know what they used to do to them, boy. But pinchy was the thing, yeah.
We have a caller. Let me see because, oh my goodness. Good morning, Radio Market. Hello? Hello? Morning.
Good morning.
Yes. Hi.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
I could hear you in and out. I can't hear you as clear.
Okay, we hearing you. Go right ahead.
I'm live.
Yes, you are.
What time you guys going on live?
We are live.
I'm live right now.
You are.
Okay, I just want to let the public know, just in case, for the dog lovers looking some good dog food, I have the Sport Mix 40-pound bag. You guys can contact me at 667-8492. We have Caribbean flags in stock and so much more. Hit me up at 667-8492. Thank you once again.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, so. Hi, good morning, Radio Market.
Javi,
Yes.
good morning. Glad to hear
morning.
your voice. Paula,
Hi, Paula. How are you?
good. Sexy Paula, you should have taken me picture to show one gun Dennis Monday, the
Morning, Paulo.
funeral.
No, Paula, you was a little too sexy for me. I don't want Paula come to the funeral.
Yeah.
Paula was
Yeah.
a little.
She was
I
nice,
wasn't
yeah.
Paula know where she was.
Yeah.
Yes, Paula.
I call it to big up Bongo. Greetings to Bongo, yes, so well.
To Bongo, that's
Your tongue, fight
Yeah.
and brother.
I was one day
Fight
meeting
and father.
Who's that?
Bongo.
Yeah.
Bongo here, okay.
Greetings for him, fight and father,
She
okay?
said he's not well, but okay. Thank
okay.
you.
Yeah. And
Thank-
Mr. Japan, greetings for him too.
All
Pastor
right, Paula.
Japan.
I didn't know that. I must
Thank
pass
you.
and, I must pass and check him out, yeah.
Yeah, because I was thinking about him the other day, one day, and if how he doing, but I forget. I supposed to ask
I must
Diana.
pass and check him.
Yeah, I was to ask a question for you. Okay, so I tell you, I want to know if Paula knows what you mean, cause
She ain't on the stereo.
Outfit hot.
Sexy baller.
Tell you, the sexy parlor, you know?
She don't have no
Yeah.
stereo.
So, Pinchy special. Brickle. Brickle wasn't that bad.
Pull.
Brickle you could have eat. You could have
Yeah,
bite with your
yeah.
teeth and
Ain't
stuff.
too
But and the peppermint wasn't bad either. Peppermint used to melt in your mouth, basically.
Yeah.
You know, the peppermint. And they got, me, you know, I never fancy the ones with the heart in it and all that. Me, they like the ones that wrap up.
Yeah.
Yeah, them there had a sting there, you know. But them there they hot.
The pull was good too.
Pull was good.
Yeah.
I mess with your teeth, boy.
Yeah?
You pull, and you're trying to get at the
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, the
weird
pull-
on.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
pull.
telling you.
You're trying to get weird on to swallow it, but it take a long time.
Take a long time
my
for you,
gosh.
boy.
You know,
Yeah,
where-
it take a
you
while.
know where I used to get that from?
Pull?
Yeah, in Norristown, down by the steps, on the bottom of the step.
Miss Stevens.
This
Hey,
is-
Miss Stevens,
Miss
a lady
Stevens
used to
was
sell.
There's a lady that had a shop. That had a
Because
shop.
I used to get from Miss Stevens too. She was a baker, right?
She was over at Durant Avenue.
Miss
Oh, she
Miss
was
Banley
that
used to
far?
sell it too.
Miss Vanlo.
Yeah.
Miss Van was
So one day that's what you
Fort
mean.
Thomas
yeah.
Road.
For Thomas, yeah.
Miss
down the
Janet.
same step.
Miss Janet used to have to.
Miss
But
Janet,
that's Miss
yeah.
Janet was run by Irish Town Primary.
Down through the
Yeah,
alley, that's
yeah.
where I
Yeah.
grew up. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
Okay.
the queen of sugar cake,
Oh
brick
man,
and
I just gonna
everything.
say Miss
Miss
Janet
Janet.
used to make some sugar
She was
cake,
the queen,
Oh
yeah.
man.
When you see Miss Janet making sugar cake, everybody sit down there with the shell
Yeah.
waiting. As
They-
you come
they-
off, straight in the shell.
They want it when you joy.
No,
Miss Janet put it in the shell.
Nothing to sell. Nothing left back
Nothing
to
joy.
sell.
Ah,
'Cause
God,
people
yeah.
waiting
I'm telling
on it.
you. I'm telling
Yeah.
you. You know, I have a young lady here. She in her 30s, you know, and she said she watching and enjoying. So she got me smiling, because
Okay.
you know, young people don't really
I'm
pay
telling you,
attention to
today.
these things. So I'm very impressed that she in her 30s and listening. 'Cause, you know, it's the older heads, you know,
So who you know now that makes sugar cake?
making sugar cakes still.
No, yeah.
We have Lestro up at Lime Keel. Her mother did it as well. Bueller. Rasta Bueller.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
daughter
Oh,
carrying
this so they do it, she carrying it
yeah, she
on.
daughter's carrying on the sugar
Okay,
cake and
she-
fudge and all them stuff there. She
Should
does
be
it still.
in by Dr. William Connell.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we
she
we
says
He
it's
got
bad.
this guy who does go in the army. He don't make the sugar cake with
Oh,
the
yeah, the
coconut
almond, the almond and so,
yeah.
But you
yeah.
know who make good
Yeah.
Becks over in Connery. She
We
makes.
have a caller. Hi.
yeah, Mikey
Morning,
Mom
Radio
does
Market.
that.
Hello, morning. I have a thing for yourself.
A deep fry.
Yeah.
That's the same one from last week?
From last week, yeah.
Okay, so I got you covered then. $1,200.
Yeah.
And you had that's it, right?
Yeah, that's it.
667-4068.
68. Yeah.
Got you covered, man. You engaged sell today.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, hello.
That's
Yes,
positive
yes.
thinking.
Tell
Yeah.
Dennis I say good morning.
Tell who?
Dennis.
Dennis?
Okay, Dennis.
Good morning. Good morning.
All right.
Alright,
You know which
somebody-
is? Tell
Huh?
Marlon who don't cook food.
Marlon who the cook food.
Oh, okay.
Which Marlon that is? Up Monkey Hill?
No, there.
Yeah,
Up Newwood?
yeah.
Marlon.
Hello.
Man, nice to hear you, man.
Remember, he used to live days down the infirmary road.
Alright,
I think
take
he had
care.
a place down
Alright.
the infirmary road
That's
before.
Gumption.
No,
No.
no.
Marlon is a dark
No.
guy.
Yeah.
Dark and
Tall.
stocky.
Yeah.
Yeah, he up the
He,
like
where his house now,
going
I think where he
towards
built a
the
house.
going all the way
And
towards like to go Monkey Hill. but
Yeah.
On the project.
On the project.
Okay.
On the
cook
road.
good
In
food.
Yeah. He used to be down in the village. He
Yeah,
used to be in the village first.
infirmary, I think infirmary road.
Yeah.
On the, yeah.
And then he moved up there. Okay, so we're doing good. Are you call are we? Call are we? We want to fill out the paper on the computer, yeah? It is just about 10:44. So we had all these different things we used to eat on a day. Like I was telling my pastor, she said she liked nuts. So I said, you know what was a novelty for us on a Sunday? Nuts and sugar cake, you know?
Yeah.
Nuts and sugar. Are you grind the nuts and find some sugar?
Yeah.
Put it in the bag and that's a novelty.
I know.
Shake out the
You
bag.
shake up the bag and on a
Marlon
Sunday
Theatre,
afternoon,
whoever
that's
used to have to
eating
I had
outside.
clean. That was a lot of
I
nuts.
had some of that.
Yeah,
Nutshell.
outside on your land and you're eating the nuts and the
Yeah,
sugar in a
this
bag.
lady used to live up my street, up Branch Street, named Bajan. Bajan used to make some sugar cake.
Yeah.
But I was telling the other day, I was saying, you know, that could have been, we was talking about it when we said that could have been like a business where you get the shells, right? And you got a different size shell. Because you know when the sugarcane come in the coke in a shell, it tastes way better.
Yeah.
It's a whole different taste to when you get
It's a
it
mind
just
thing
normal.
there.
Make it when it's a mind thing.
Yeah.
Boy,
But then it is it's the same thing like when you're cooking ital in a tin or a yabo pot.
Yeah.
It's the same vibes.
And if you think,
And then especially again, I believe the fire in terms of burning the coals and stuff like that give it a different vibes again.
Yeah.
You know,
and
add
Easter,
to it.
as Easter coming,
The black pageant.
who would do thing as Easter coming up?
Conky.
I will not have conky in the foil paper.
No. If you ain't got the
Nobody
am-
can
if
give
you
me
ain't
the
got
conky in the
almond
foil
bush,
paper. You better get a bush.
Yeah,
I got someone waiting in
But-
some bush.
In,
Yeah,
almond
me
bush.
taking a foil paper
But-
conky. Well, if I go away, right? If I go States, I mean, and I sure you could get the leaf them.
fig leaf. I
Yeah, the
never
fig
really
leaf.
had it in the almond bush, but in the
ain't
fig
taking
leaf.
nothing in the foil paper dread, not me.
No tintal.
That is
Well,
that's
let
a
me tell you
cardinal
something.
sin right there.
to eat a conky and it ain't got that tangy taste is not a conky.
Me ain't about no tangy taste. Me
But
just
to me,
me
I
I
put
never
pepper
get
in
no
it.
tangy. Huh?
You gotta put pepper in the
A
conky.
little pepper, not a lot. Me wanna go.
No,
the
really
pepper.
in a lot, but you got to got that tangy
Zing.
flavor.
But I never
you know?
really.
So what you use? Cayenne pepper, black pepper,
No, pepper,
regular
hot
pepper,
pepper,
pepper.
hot
Me
pepper.
wanna
You
hot
could use
pepper,
black
man,
pepper,
for
you
you.
know.
I just want to enjoy. Listen,
Hot pepper.
I can't take when me can't enjoy things, you know.
But you're gonna enjoy it. But
I want to enjoy.
Child, that sound like dough and
No.
pigeon.
was too good compared.
No, it can't work for me.
Yeah.
I want to
a conky
enjoy.
is not a conky without that taste, boy.
I hear you.
You know, I'm just here.
The
this
people
is a
don't use
little-
ginger.
Yeah, they
to
put
give it
ginger, I
that,
think.
that
Yeah.
tangy taste. So
They don't put
secret.
ginger.
Pepper.
No?
No, black pepper, ordinary pepper.
They
They
don't
don't
use
put
ginger.
ginger, you sure?
No,
I
no
think-
ginger in it. Me know
So
eat
is the
conky with
potato
ginger.
and what?
Potato, pumpkin,
Yeah.
and the coconut.
And coconut.
And the people are putting raisin.
Coconut and
Some
flour.
Raisin
raisin.
is for the new breed.
It's optional.
It's the new breed, yeah. In my
Okay.
time
They don't
coming.
use ginger.
Eh?
They don't use ginger.
Okay.
No. I've never eaten a conky with ginger in it.
Okay. So we stopped for a minute just to acknowledge Carmen's catering. She, every Saturday would read her menu,
Yeah.
but her house was burnt down 2 days ago.
Okay.
I think she lost her house when we had the awards. When we had the awards, Boyak, it's Thursday. Yeah, Thursday.
In Boys Ark.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So that means she Carmen is connected to DJ
DJ
Terror.
Terror, that's his mom.
Okay. Okay.
So she lost her house. And I don't know how bad it is or what, but
It's a total loss. So
Okay.
they're asking people to kind of donate whatever they could, you know.
so we just want to acknowledge
Yeah.
Carmen and let her that our thoughts are with her, and
Yeah.
we're praying for her as she go through. Because when it rains, it pours, Because she just was in an accident, innit? And she had stopped cooking because somebody had hit her in the back or something like that.
Wow.
And she just started back up.
When
But,
when it rains, it pours.
yeah. My mother used to say, it's a good life if you don't weaken.
Right.
I used to wonder what she mean all the time as a growing up. It's a good life if you don't weaken, right? So you to be able to withstand things that are happening around you. If you weaken, you're gonna get.
Don't care how many times
Yeah.
you get knocked down.
Yeah, you fight to
gotta
get back
get
up. Yeah, I used to be wondering what you mean. So, as we talk about the conky, we have the aquatic sports coming up,
Yep.
right? An age-old celebration or whatever you want to call it, occasion.
The kids.
That was happening. It started with Basil Henderson and 4-H, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, and I remember going down there a couple of years, but then after a while I couldn't see, so because the amount of people down there you can't see.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all, Romain and then now they have a new committee because, Zach he's getting down, getting older.
Yeah.
So he had to bow out eventually, And it's good that we have people to take over.
Somebody who want to take the mantle. Right?
To take the mantle.
Yeah.
And you know what I love? Aunt Madge, that's her name?
Yeah.
That she
The
wants to
job
pass
on.
on.
Yeah.
Making the job on breakers. I mean, even if we don't do it, it's good to know it. Because if somebody come and say, I want some job on breaker, who can get some?
Yeah, because he's a guy that my boy had asked him if he can pass on the secret of making essence. He said, no. No, me tell you no.
No.
He said no?
He said no. And he really ain't tell nobody because he passed. And he
Wow.
ain't passed it on.
Shell, when I used to go by Shelly, a cloak used to be there. I used to be in him all the time. I say, Cloak, you have to tell us where these banks are. No, me ain't telling nobody. He go in the clatter raft to set pots, and he know where all the good banks, where all the fish be, but he ain't telling nobody. He ain't going no more, yeah. But he still ain't telling nobody where they are.
But he remember the Jamaican man, Lee, holding the pot?
Yeah.
He only used to guide it out straight, you know?
Yeah, so so Romain, how you get involved in it? I mean, what caused you to want to be a part of?
Well, I grew up seeing this whole aquatic sport since when it was across the bay by opposite Rams, where it originated. A lot of the young people now wouldn't know about that. Yeah. Before we had a Port Zante, all that was sand and water.
Yeah.
And then we had short pier, old pier,
and pier. You need to act your age. Okay? Because you talking, let me annoy you.
Because I grew up on that. And I used to see them guys do it all the time, and I always had a love for it. Every Easter Monday, we always look forward to that.
Yep.
And then it, Port Zante is there now, so it had to find a new home. It ended up crossed by the ferry terminal, and it has been there for a couple of years now, going on. And yes, Zach took it over from Mr. Henderson and had it going all the time. But as you say, you gotta know when to say when. You always gotta be able to pass on. And we're hoping now that Zach will just come cooperate with us and do a smooth transition, because nobody is just trying to throw him out. Our plan is to honor him and give him his due honors while he's here, because we're always about giving people flowers when they're dead. Right. So we want to give it now while he's here, so he can have some sort of acknowledgement for all that he did for the sporting event over the past couple of years. He's at the point now where we just want him to just sit back and relax and look at what is going on, and you could just reminisce at what you built, what you helped to build, and to see that somebody's actually willing to move on with it now, because we don't want it to just fall apart and none, because over the years it has kind of taken a nosedive a bit. It has been going down. So myself and a couple others like Pepe, who have Pepe be there basically every year helping to start the races and so on. Pepe and Elisa, she used to participate. She's now on board with us, and Loris and Michael Blake. He was Zach's right-hand man basically for a couple of years well, so he knows all of the runnings. I myself participated a few years back. I won a few races and things, but I ain't trying to do that right now. Leave it for the younger folks now.
Okay.
And we just decided we can't let it just go to waste basically, because we now have a lot of people go to Sandy Point for the Juve morning and stuff like that. Nothing wrong with that, but this is our tradition here.
That's right.
We want to continue this tradition. We don't want it to fade out and just fall apart. We have people who are actually looking forward to this every year. The guys down in Magnet, they go sit under the bridge and look at all that is happening. People come from all over, just line the whole. I remember the Bay Road used to just line off.
Yeah, so I got to do some kind of stand or something here, because everybody on the same level. We can't
to block traffic so that the event could be smoothly. And we have a lot of different events planned to try spice it up. We have some stuff that we want to do for the whole day. It's not just in the morning and then after the swimming and the ham. That's it. Now we have stuff that we're going to go throughout the day. We have the traditional ham, going for the ham across the greasy pole over the water, and then the vertical pole where they will be going for the money. You have to climb the vertical pole for the money, and the swimming, backstroke, freestyle, long distance dive. And I want to say thanks to Mr. Nigel Mack. I was on the Mega Mix show with one of I think 2 weeks ago, and he came up with an event that he wants to throw in some money for. He says, who could first fill an alkali bottle with water? You know, the alkali bottle, the whole kind of small. So he wants to put in on behalf of himself and Seabrun from Newtown. He says he wants to do...
Seabrun?
Yes.
Who is Seabrun?
Nadal.
Huh?
Seabrun.
Yeah, but Seabrun.
Passed.
Oh, his son?
He passed.
He passed. He just He
passed. But so he's in honor of Seabrun and himself.
Because I want to know.
No, in honor.
Okay.
So he said he wants to donate $150, $100 for the first person to fill the bottle, $50 for the second person.
That's what Albo.
Nigel
Mac.
Mac. He did some
the back from the
bodybuilding
town.
and so.
Yeah.
He lives
So
in the
he
boardwalk
has
area now.
Fan is his sister. He got a sister named Fan.
Oh, okay. Clear
Yeah,
skin.
he used to work insurance, yeah. He donated that on behalf of himself and Seed Bun. And talking about the Mega Mix show, Mr. Rascal donated $200 to the ham and climb in the pole event, because normally they would have to pay $1 each time they go and attempt to get the ham or the vertical pole. And he was saying that he don't really like the dollar thing so much, so he said, well, he's gonna just throw in $200, and that's like 200 chances.
Okay.
So basically it's free,
Right.
because I don't think they ever reach 200 chances between both events. Somebody must get it.
Yeah.
Right.
So the $200 would more than
Is it
cover
yeah.
enough chances.
Yeah.
So instead of the youngsters having to come and pay $1 every time, but we still have a twist to it, because you're gonna allow 5 chances until when everybody who gone again, and then we could probably start over, because you don't want as soon as somebody fall off, the one come on and the one cost, and then one person get 20 chances and somebody ain't get one.
Yeah.
So we will have somebody recording your chances. You will have up to 5 chances before you could go again after everybody who is interested in taking part already had their turn. So it's not just go, and then you use up because you're here. It's free, because it's free now, so everybody gonna run come quick. So we're trying to monitor it. And in terms of the age grouping, we not gonna go too far down, because normally we would have like 7-year-olds and 8-year-olds. We spoke about it and we thought it was a bit low, because we're just starting out and we're just trying to get everything organized. We're not gonna have as much stuff as before, so we want to make sure we can cover all the age groups that we're doing. So we're gonna have 10 to 14, 15 to 17, and then 18 and over.
Okay.
Those are the 3 categories we're going to be using. We're not going to be doing, well, for the swimming and the aquatic events, we're not going to be doing anything under 10. There are events on land, like hula hoop and different stuff, they could participate. That will be open events. But in terms of the age range events, we're going to just be doing 10 to 14, male and female, if we have enough female, because we also got to have a minimum of 5 participants. We don't want to just have 3 people going in an event, first, second, third. Somebody must win. Everybody must get something, and they just do it just for doing its sake. We want it to be competitive still at the same way. So we have at least 5 people in the event. So you don't want to come last. You must compete instead of just going and must get something.
You said, but we not the greasy pole, vertical pole. We not the swimming for sure. Hula hoop. You said.
Yes, hula hoop.
Any boxing?
We were trying to get the boxing organized. It's no issue getting the ring, but the guy Natural from St. Peter's, he was supposed to get some of his trained boxers to come and compete against one another. But that same weekend, they now might be in Antigua competing, representing St. Kitts.
Oh, okay.
So they won't be available. So the boxing still a toss-up. Because we don't want to have boxing and anybody just jump in a ring and start to swing hand while and knock down people. We want it to be something that is contained and monitored properly. So if he...
More or less like an exhibition.
Yeah. A competitive exhibition, not just sparring and the man just...
I thought that was the fun of it, just sparring.
You spar and you hit. You actually hit people, not just sparring and you tell them, man, I could have hit you, but maybe not. No. You got to actually box.
Okay.
But in a professional way, per se, because sometimes the Natural, he explained to me that he almost got in some problems, per se, because he was at the event and he brought the ring and he was around and people like videotaping, and somebody from the Boxing Association overseas saw him in the background and they wanted to know why is he encouraging boxing just like that and no safety and all of that stuff, and he almost got in problems with it. So he said if it is not going to be done properly, he won't be a part of it. So we want to do it in a safe and proper professional way. But the only issue is having the boxers available. And he just have some other boxers start training. They're not trained enough to compete. So maybe next year, when he have a wider range of athletes, some go overseas and we have some remaining, then we could bring it back that is how it is for now. But it's something that we spoke about, and he welcomed the idea of coming back.
But he never had boxing here still.
Yes, he does. Natural does
That's
this thing. I'm not sure if somebody in Nevis does it. I think that's some competitions.
Question, Marlon. The committee ever think about putting back the boat race together?
Well, this is the first year we actually getting involved in it, and because of the time span, we can't get everything done.
Right.
So we just want to get the main events as well as some other events to last during the day.
Right.
So the vendors can make some money, because normally after the aquatic events, people just disappear.
Right,
But they be there all day. We don't hear the music from morning till God knows when.
Yeah, but that's just a few people lingering around. But the
Okay.
majority would go to Sandy Point or go other places.
So if you could put things in place to keep people around.
Yeah, so we're gonna have some weightlifting events as well for
But,
the stronger at heart.
Okay.
You have
Yes.
like tire flip, and we might have a vehicle pull. If you ever look at the world's strongest man and just put in vehicle pull, I'm planning to have something like that. Cause we did this before.
So who going to pull up?
Don't worry, they have guys.
5 people and
It
pull
was
them
done
in.
before. One person.
One person pull. Oh, you look at me.
They are fitted up with
harness,
a
yeah.
harness. You have a harness,
yeah.
and it has a hook to the back. You strap on a rope or chain and hook that on the vehicle, and they have a long rope that is tied onto something up ahead that can't move. And it's basically just leverage. You pull on the rope, and when you pull the rope, you start. Once you get momentum, that's all you want.
Yeah.
We did it already. We did it
Okay.
over at Frigate Bay, and
And it came off
done
good?
it. Yes, God, that's some. I'm the president for the weightlifting association here. We do have one, and those are some powerlifting events. It's a little different, but we had them before,
Okay.
so it's not something that we just wondering if it could happen. And they were pulling one of those box truck for Loftus, and we had some plywood in the back. Cause the truck by itself was too light. Them guys were just pulling it like nothing.
Oh my God.
So he just some plywood in the back to make it a little more competitive. And we had guys like Sadiki, he's from here, but he lives in Nevis, and Bernard Woodley. Those two guys, they look forward to that. Those are the two main competitors for that event. They compete head to head, and we'll be having some cash prizes for that. Another event we have that we're not sure if anybody gonna conquer it. It's 100 push-ups and 100 dips in 5 minutes.
Wow.
If you can do that,
Wow,
you get $250.
That's ticklish.
I'm telling you.
It can be done because the guy that introduced it to me, Altus, he did it right in front of me. So I know it's not impossible. But since that, I haven't found anybody else to
I'm
do
telling
it
you.
other than him.
100 push-ups in 5 minutes?
100 push-ups and 100 dips.
Question.
Make your heart.
Yeah. But that's
Question.
5 minutes?
Is there
I'm telling you.
is there a flyer advertising this particular
We have the-
event? And
have a-
because you have named many events, and I'm sure the average person don't know about the events. So how do you register for something that you don't really know? I'm just
Well, most of those events, they will just be on the spot.
on the spot.
We'll explain the event, and if you think that you're good enough to do the event, there will be no entrance fee.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you just come, and if you collect those who know the event already, do it. And if you look at it and figure, I can do that, and you want to take a try, you can take a try. No registration fee. It will be done in a safe manner as well. If we feel like you probably shouldn't, then we will advise you against doing it, because we know what it would take to do
Right.
such event. But all events that we did in the past, we had guys who did them. They actually did them, and they did them well. We haven't had any for quite some time now, but the other year we have the fireman's carry, where they have the fake body that the firemen use to train with. I'm telling you, that body, it weighs a lot. It weighs a lot. But
Yeah.
we put it on the shoulder of the person, and they just hold it, and you go 50 feet around a cone, come back, and you have a certain time how much laps you could do within that time. And the person who does the most laps would get the cash prize.
Oh my gosh, I know, but these cash prices need to be like $1,000. And so yeah, you know, people work to do it.
It's
You know.
more fun.
It's a lot of work.
Just
You
have
give
fun,
people to
yeah.
do
More
it.
fun. It's more fun than
It's a
you're doing
lot of
something
work.
hectic.
Oh my gosh.
You know that you could make $100 within 10
Exactly.
minutes time. You want
Exactly.
five,
If
yeah.
you're strong enough to
Yeah.
do
That's a lot of
5
work.
laps and somebody on the tree, you get $100 easy.
Yeah.
So the females ain't gonna be able to do nothing like that.
You'll be
You might be
surprised.
surprised.
You'll be surprised.
Yeah.
We had females did it before, because we had a one of the competitions that we had males and female, and that was part of it. And we had females who actually did it. About 3 of them competed against each other, and they did it.
Wow.
The same body that the guys use. Of course, they're gonna do less laps,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
they did it.
Yeah.
But the whole thing for me was that they were willing to try, and they did it.
Right.
And they proved that the females can do it as well. One competition we had at Port Zante before, a deadlift, and 2 females were the highlight of that competition.
Yeah.
They lifted almost as much as the guys,
Wow.
and the crowd was just impressed to see. It was 2 of them, and it was a rivalry. It was a rivalry, and they went almost the same as, actually they lifted more than some of the guys who competed. And everybody was just impressed to see 2 females doing that. And at the same time we had our Prime Minister, the Honorable Dr. Joe. He was there as well, and he did some bench press,
Okay,
an
then.
exhibition bench press, and he don't there showing off, because them guys, they gave him some lightweight, you don't want to damage the Prime Minister.
Right.
He did 10 reps, and I put on some weight that's light. So they put on some extra weight, and the crowd was counting, and it was exciting because as he did a rep, he 1, 2.
Yeah.
So, and he spoke afterwards. He encouraged everybody to stay healthy, exercise, and the whole speech about keeping your body healthy. So it was well supported by him.
Something Wanga said. I don't remember now. Boat racing.
Yeah, the boat racing. Like, that's
Yeah,
something
remember
that
that?
Yeah.
they had boat racing before.
Yeah.
So where they used to race
Sailboats.
But basically it was a sailboat.
Sailboats.
Yeah, but where they used to go from where to where?
Fort Point and down Lanky and come back up and
Oh.
But I think from since we had last passed the penny,
Yeah.
that has just
has
put a
stopped.
damper
Yeah.
on it.
Well,
yeah.
they did
Oh.
some speedboat since
Speedboat,
that.
yeah.
The
They used to do a lot of
fishing boat.
speedboat in Nevis.
Yeah.
They had it down here too.
Yeah.
Fishing boat. They would just
Oh,
go
okay.
out a certain way, go around and come back in. But since Penny, that incident kind of
Yeah.
put a damper on it.
Put a damper
Okay.
on
So
it.
this whole boat racing thing, they kind of non-existent for a while.
Okay.
And-
but it can be revived, right?
It can be. Like I
And,
said,
and the boat them even went out of existence from since then.
yeah.
The
Nobody
type
had-
of boat?
Eh?
The
Fishing
type of
boat.
boat?
The type of
Yeah.
sailboat,
Type
yeah.
of sailboat?
Yeah.
But the guy Jeffrey from Newtown, he had some fishing boats, and he would enter for the few years they had it. He would enter, and he won every year.
Yeah. But he bought his actually Kang's boat.
But he
died
won.
Kang's, Yeah,
But
yeah.
you want every
Yeah,
year.
he won every year. So,
He ain't got no competition.
nah, he beat up on them guys. He won, like as I said, too easy. It wasn't a competition. So those are things we could look at in the future. But
Yeah.
we just starting out this year, and we just want to get
Gotta
the
get it
event
off the
itself,
ground.
get off the
Up
ground,
and running, yeah.
get the event, let people know that it is still happening. Because some people say that they don't even know if the event is still happening. So we just want to let the public know that it is happening. We're up and running. We only have like a week away, a week and a couple days from
And it
that.
does be a plus, a lot of people look forward in going.
Yes, people look forward. Somebody from overseas, while I was on the show with Monarch and Rascal, a guy from overseas says he's going to be in the island around that time, and he's coming especially for
For
that.
that, right.
He's looking forward to that
Right.
because he knows of the event from the past year. So he's looking especially for that. So we have some tug of war, because I don't remember all events. We have tug of war and a lot of different events to keep people occupied.
So when this can be starting?
We're going to start at 9, get the swimming and most of the aquatic sports out of the way, start at 9. And as I said, for the short people, most of the events that we'll be having inside the terminal, we're going to have a stage, a lifted area, so that the participants could be up in the air so everybody could see. Because you say you couldn't see a couple of years ago, you stopped going because you can't see. So we're going to have a raised stage,
right.
and they would be up there competing. So everybody could see. You don't have to come close, you could step on far and see. So we're going to work along with Casper and find an area that we could put a raised stage that won't affect traffic flow and all of that. And then we're going to have it so that everybody could get a chance to see. You don't have to be right up on there, because normally once an event starts, the crowd start closing in.
Yeah, that's what happens.
The
Yeah.
crowd start closing. Even
So
the
what you're going to
competitors.
put barriers, you say?
Yeah, we're working on getting some barriers. We're trying to get some barriers to keep people away from. If it's not an event that is raised, it has to be done on the street itself. We're going to try to have some barriers or rope, something to control the crowd. And we're just asking the crowd to work with us. Everybody would see if you stand back and look. You don't have to be right in to see.
Right.
We don't really like to be writing. Everybody want to have the phone out taping and stuff, but you could do that still from a distance.
Yeah.
Just give somebody a chance. If you're taller, step back a little bit like a shorter person, get a little see. Don't stand up in front of a short person and block them out completely. But we're gonna try to put as much event as possible on the race stage, so you can see no matter where, how far you are, how close you are. Some of the people we already wrote to a lot of these sponsors. Some of them just off the top of our head because we don't know all of them, but from being there a couple of years, we know some of them to heart. So we already wrote to them. And I must say though, we're not getting the full cooperation from Zach in terms of information as to who all used to be there and what they did and stuff like that. So we just working kind of semi-handicapped right now, but we're going to get it done no matter what. But some of the people already came on board who gave commitment or already donated stuff. We have Vibes Beach Bar, Ballet Construction, Royal Logistics, Best for Less, TDC, National Bank, St. Kitts Breweries, SCASPA, because you know we have to get permission to use the area, so SCASPA, the police, Coast Guard, Wani Rascal and his Mega Mix Show, Nigel Mack and Seaborn, and also myself, my business Quality and Experience, Tire Repairs and Services. Okay. We have a new event that we want to introduce, and because it's more geared towards the young people, I will personally sponsor the trophy for that. You know, normally after the ham finish, the youngsters, they run off and they somersault and flip and do all sort of fun. Yeah. We actually turning that into a competition this year. So we don't want them just jump in the water when the ham done. They're going to keep them contained. And then it's going to be an official competition. They're going to do the little somersault and flip, whatever they're accustomed to do. It's going to be done in an orderly manner, because normally you just have one after the other, just jumping in the water. And I saw times when some of them actually jump on somebody in the water, because everybody just jumping, and that is not safe. So we're going to have it more control and do it properly. If they want to flip, now they're going to have a chance to flip, and they're going to have a chance to win something, whether it's trophy or some other award. They will be awarded for their skill, because I look at it as a skill. It's a talent. Yeah. Saying everybody could do that. So that's something that we're working on towards the youth. I will personally sponsor that one.
Okay, wonderful. Well, Boyaka, you have some comments. Anything down there?
Yeah, Rudy wanted to know who the brother was. So I was going to say maybe you could reintroduce him to people who came late.
Yeah.
When
you finish anymore, and
then we have Danny Passon saying, "Morning, sending happy birthday to Recky, Cecil Richardson from Danny." And we have Ernestine Henry saying, "Morning, Jazzy and Company." Ernestine in Port St. Lucie, Florida, and Sammy Maynard in Sanford, Florida. We are set and ready to go. Let's kick this show off. Yeah, that's about it. Yeah.
Yes, so for those who just got in, name and why you're here. Well, I think they would have heard a lot, but that's what I mean.
Well, for those who came in late and who don't know, I am Romain Belgo, born and raised in McKnight. I am originally from McKnight. I live at New Road now, but I am from McKnight, born and raised, and I'm just here trying to keep our culture and tradition alive, something that's been around for decades. I'm now trying to keep it moving, so we just want everybody to come on out and enjoy what we have in store, and everything will be nice.
I realize you're wearing many hats, because I hear you say you're the president of some bodybuilding and all of that. Yeah, we're going to take a break and come back, okay? So stick and stay. I'm going to we take a break quickly and come back. You're in tune with ZIZ Radio, and you're listening to Radio Market.
Building your dream in St. Kitts and Nevis? Start with the right materials from Hector and Associates Limited. We supply quality steel products for contractors, builders, and construction projects of all sizes. Get steel rods, stirrups, tie wire, columns, beams, mattings, and VRC all in one place. We also provide delivery services between St. Kitts and Nevis. Drop off your item at our warehouse in St. Kitts for processing, and we'll deliver it to Nevis and provide updates until your package arrives. Hector and Associates Limited, partnering with Construction Connects, is located on Camilla Hancock Street in Pond Pasture. Call 662-7365 or 664-7365. Hector and Associates Limited. Your satisfaction is our service standard.
I love our company, Jenkins Funeral Home, because each day for over 65 years, we come to work motivated to give you first-class service. We take care of you and your loved ones during the most difficult period of your life. We remove the stress and worry that comes with losing a loved one. In fact, due to the confidence in our company, we have taken care of heads of state, those in public care, and in families from infants to grandparents, including the prearranged. We have been able to do this due to the acquisition of first world education, knowledge and skills, modern equipment, and facilities. We are available to you 24 hours per day. At Jenkins Funeral Home, we take care of you and your loved ones.
Back, as we say, well, woman has to run off now, so we want to thank you for coming in and enlightening us, you know. And I'm very happy that we are continuing the legacy of Mr. Henderson Basil, who started the aquatic sports, and I hope that it doesn't. I know y'all can keep it going, you know.
And in that same, we named the event. We have a logo, and we named it the Basil Henderson Zach Nisbet East Aquatic Sports.
That's pretty good. That's really nice.
Our way of recognizing Zach for the work that he did.
That's very nice.
So it's an official logo with his name, Basil Henderson Zach Nisbet East Aquatic Sports. That is the name, and we could basically let it out now. It was supposed to be a surprise, but we want people to come. We actually getting a flag. I'm trying to get a flag made with the same logo. Mm-hmm. And we want to have the official revealing of the flag for the very first time at that event. If Mr. Zach Nisbet would grace us with his presence and his willing, we would have him do the honors of pulling the string to unveil the flag for the very first time. If he doesn't, we just have somebody do it, but we want to have a flag there depicting the logo, and that way it's something that will be going forward from now until whenever.
Okay.
That's wonderful.
That's great.
We really want to give him his honor, because yes, we know it could be difficult to deal with the time he has his ways. Everybody has their ways, but he still kept it going for many years. However he did it, he kept it going
single-handedly.
Yeah, and he's at
Doctors
the point now,
in control.
He's at the point now where he's just not able to do it. So we just want to wish him best of help, and we just want to hope that he recuperates and just relax and ease yourself and let somebody else, because it is a big task.
Comes that time.
It is a big task to take on, and we're willing to do it. We're not putting him aside. Any advice or suggestions you want to give, it is welcomed. We're not just throwing him aside. It's not a hostile takeover. We want to do a clean transition and recognize him properly for all that he has done. So we just hope that the transition can be smoothly and people can come on out and enjoy what we have in store. Easter Monday the 6th of April, down at the ferry terminal. We're starting at 9. Just come on out and enjoy the day with us.
Okay, thank you so much. Congratulations.
Yeah,
and I hope everything go well, and I'll try and pass, okay?
Yes, no problem. Also, let me say to Yummy, thanks to Yummy's, because the manager for Yummy's was listening, and she actually told me that she's going to sponsor some sort of something towards the price. So I must say thanks to Yummy's for listening and coming on board with us.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
God bless you. And take care.
Nice having you, man.
Yeah.
Yes.
We look forward to seeing you.
Nice knowing that you're married, brother.
Yes.
Yeah.
Take care, right?
Hail him up for me when you.
All right. Take care, man.
Okay, take care. Okay, that was quite interesting.
Yeah.
And I think each and every one of us then had to be turned down by the, the ferry terminal,
aquatic sports,
down by the back of the treasury, and so
Short pier.
short pier, jumping off the short pier and all of that. Yeah, we had
a lot of people here know the short pier was there. Huh?
Gone.
Yeah, we had the. I know, right? Short pier gone, and the sun used to be all the way up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they had the benches. The benches behind there still.
No.
The benches moved.
The benches by the post office.
By the post office,
Yeah,
they still.
I think they're there still. Yeah.
Yeah, the benches, me used to go there and sit down and so.
Yeah.
And then sometimes, well, me as one of them cowards, so when it come to going on the pier, I used to be very mindful of who going on before me, because you do not know what is going to happen. So we sit down behind me and watch. According to who the Rastaman them and so going on, if it's one of them, we ain't going on.
Okay.
You know, the man big, eh?
Yeah,
So
I'm telling you, here there's a mystery.
yeah, it was, but going down there was just a novelty. I mean, it was just so fantastic.
Yep.
You know, everybody, all roads lead to the pier, you know.
Yeah.
From the park, anywhere you go, all roads lead to the pier. Even if you go matinee, we are coming across to go by the pier.
Yep.
Yeah, we used to end up there. Mr. Bergen listening in Virginia, and he said we get banana leaves here in Walmart and Food Lion grocery stores.
See, everything is a money in
Sell
America.
banana leaf. Shall we create some ship up? I have a lot
I'm
here.
telling you. Imagine we got the privilege of just going on a tree and take it off, right?
Yeah.
And then man got to go up and pick.
I'm telling you.
Well. Oh my God.
Yeah, Joan Thompson is saying, blessed good morning, my peeps. Happy Saturday. Give thanks again for next day and the next week. One love, Janos.
Yes, I.
Ramadan is saying, good morning to the A-team, Dennis Wonga and Jazzy D from Ramadan, Maynard in Virginia. We have Denisian Hodge saying, Miss Jano used to make sugar cakes, I guess. She used to buy the cable and wireless. I guess she used to be by the cable and wireless, but she passed on. Joan Thompson saying, a good life if you don't weaken it. So true. Never heard of that one fact.
Okay. My mom used to say
Why
so.
Duncan is saying, good morning, Radio Market. Have a great week. Tao is saying, love vibrations to the Radio Market crew as usual with the Saturday morning goodness. Great to know tradition goes on with the Easter aquatic sports. Memories galore as a youth at the short pier.
Bye.
Big up Tao.
Bye. But I don't remember. I mean, maybe as I said, this sailing thing came out, finished away in 70 then.
Yeah.
That's around 1970.
Miss Gray wasn't letting you come down the road there at them time to see that.
Used to carry me all over the place.
Then the boat racing, but you see, the boat racing used to basically they start up like Newtown.
Yeah, and come down.
And go around the
I
Fort Point
I
and then
remember, you know.
back up.
Lion Keel and
Yeah.
We gotta hope that on that day, wind really blowing you because
Yeah,
remember
so
we
you
sail.
could push
That's
Yeah.
what had happened on that day. A squall just come out of nowhere
Oh.
and Pastor Penny and a couple others was
Yeah.
out for the race and Pastor Penny never did come back.
Okay.
And around this time to Jazzy Easter time, remember, because I saw my neighbor making his kite, and I decided I was gonna make one kite flying.
Yeah.
Good Friday, big thing.
When my last daughter was younger, she used to look forward to that. So I used to gotta go make sure that I get she kite and take her to fly she kite. Yeah.
I'm telling you, but that was a big thing.
Big thing.
And you know what? I love it because it's a bonding time.
Yeah.
Father and children, and so they go out and so.
It brings
And-
out togetherness in the
yeah,
family. You know?
Yeah. Okay. So, who remember Crags? Remember we had some cookies. You know, we talk about Pinchy, we talk about the Brickle and so, but we had some people used to do some awesome cookie. Crags was one of them. Crags had a whole set of cookies, dread. Where you go, they were on the other side, right? They had lived on, where the stoplight is in Baker's Corner.
Right there, they're still there. The family is still there. They had,
still there?
yeah, they.
And then they had the shop on the other side. You had to cross over.
No.
Yeah, I used to go over on the other side and buy cotton candy. I think that was the
But
first to got cotton candy, you know?
they used to sell cotton candy in the same place. In the same place, ice cream and cotton candy.
Yeah, but I used to go on the other side.
Yeah, they had a little place
got
on the
other side,
on the
yeah.
other
I
side,
used to
but
go
they
over
don't
there
have
and
it.
buy
I believe you.
Omax is who
Barter the building.
That building.
Yeah, but when we were going convent, that's what we used to go.
I know.
And then Malalu used to sell some cookie too.
Okay.
Some real nice cookie bar. I mean, we used to go and buy them. Oh my goodness. I don't watch here. We had a load of rotten teeth here. Because we used to eat a load of... But we used to consume some sweet here. But you see, as you
Sugar,
say,
yeah.
remember we used to walk to
Yeah,
school, you know.
yeah.
So we walk home for lunch, 12 o'clock. We walk back for 1 o'clock, you know, and we eat lunch, you know.
Yeah.
We eat and we still could relax, you know. We used to eat, relax for a few, and then we go on back
to
school.
school. And then
Yeah,
walk back
and we
home
walk
after
it back
school,
home
yeah,
after school.
Yeah, I tell my grandchildren and
Yeah.
my children that, listen, you guys are lucky.
Yeah.
Because no car business
No
for
care
us, you
picking
know.
us up. Even if they got care, they ain't coming for us.
No.
So we had to
Yeah.
walk it still. Greenlands, walk to Greenlands, walk village. People was coming from village to go junior high and so.
I
You
remember,
walk in,
That's right. Remember, you gotta walk home for lunch. Yeah.
you walk. That's what I'm saying. We go home for lunch,
Yeah,
come back.
cars in them times and says only. Remember, you had this place down on the Brimson Hill that called Bambel.
No.
I was telling somebody, a woman asked me the other day, I was up there.
Yeah.
She says, what is that hill? What is that place there? I said, Bambel.
Yeah.
That's the first
They used to
place I
build
heard a
that
parrot.
But you
A
talk,
parrot.
Yeah.
I think it's the same guy you told me about, asked me, you were
But-
talking to the other day. I think they used to be up there with Lassade and the guy who used to carry tour. What you have to
Oh,
what's his name?
Vandal?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but what happened? You said something about cars and Bambi.
I said that's the only time I remember going in cars and so as a youth growing up is when my mother carrying us down Bambel to see parrots and stuff like that.
Okay.
But cars them time was,
Yeah.
My uncle had a car, but I never liked
My-
it because it had
Yeah.
leather seats.
Okay.
And it used to make me sick. So I used to get car sick. And every Sunday he come for us and we going driving.
The scent
But-
of the leather.
But when this scent of the leather hit me, by the time I reach home, I got headache, I feel sick, nauseated and so.
Yeah, my first experience with the car was my grandfather. I remember Mr. Delaney was a taxi driver
Yeah, from up the village.
from up the village. And that was my connection with cars in the first instance.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. We never used to, we go in school for 8:30
Yeah.
or 9 and we walk in it. When we get break, we used to play. We never used to be sitting down on we phone. I mean, we had no phone
Right,
per se.
right.
But like we wouldn't stay in the class. You're still playing basketball. You're playing something. You're shooting.
something to
you're
do.
playing volleyball. You're doing something,
Yeah.
right? And then we go back in class. When we get lunch, we go home for lunch. So we leave the school 12:30 or 12 o'clock. We go home, we eat, and we walk back to school. But then we still got some detours because me going down by baby go by Tam and Jam.
Yeah.
Tam and Jam was the lime from. Remember the woman baby said her daughter was selling black pudding.
She used
Right
to,
there?
yeah, on the other side of boys' school.
But yeah, the mother used to make some bad thing by Tam and Jam.
Baby, the mother name.
Baby, right.
And you know where our spot was, Charlotte? Right by the boys' school, not by the girls' school.
Not that
there.
one, you know. That's another baby, you know.
You're
That the
talking about
mother-
baby dog lane.
Yeah.
The other one, that's the
that's
other
another
baby.
baby.
Oh,
They got
okay.
the other
Baby,
baby.
they sell pudding down on Can Street by Warner.
By Warner. By
Okay.
Warner thing was?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
you know, her
yeah,
children,
yeah.
right.
She had
But
a
she used
daughter
to make,
named Al.
yeah, and Miss Nicole or something,
Yeah.
something like that. But we used to buy it had so much of people selling them things, right?
Yeah.
Because baby, for sure, baby Darklings was right there by boys'
Yeah,
school.
yeah.
You had Miss Moses,
Yeah.
right? So she used to sell frozen joy.
Yeah. Miss Moses used to make some bad frozen jar.
Frozen joy was the life, and it's Bryson and milk, yeah. Because, you know, Bryson and milk was a big novelty,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
So that had cost a little more, eh?
Yeah.
The normal one, the Kool-Aid one, or the
Just
normal
Kool-Aid,
one.
but once
that
the-
was like 5
Once
cents.
the milk going in it.
Is 10 cents for that
Yeah.
deal, you know? Because the amount of things we used to get with a quart, right?
Bye. Them times the money had value.
The money had value.
Yeah.
The amount of things.
Yep.
I mean, you could have gone and buy 2 penny bread with butter in it,
Sugar cake.
sugar cake, tamon, almond. I mean, frozen joy, tam and jam.
My thing back then,
I
used to be
mean-
go in the bakery, Friday, especially a Friday night.
Yeah.
And you buy your
And you
bread
could buy
with some
stuff
salt, butter.
with some, now I was
You
saying
get
the
the hot
penny,
bread and you put,
Yeah.
oh man.
I remember when the penny bread went to 5 cents, you know.
Yeah.
Then
yeah.
Element and sing about them, 5 cents penny bread.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, and then it just start to rise as things go up, eh? Wow. But we used to have so much of things, so much things we used to get.
The nipple bread them, yeah?
Oh yeah, don't talk about them nipple and the twist.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
twist on top.
Yeah.
But I mean, those were the days, eh?
Yeah,
I mean, it's
yeah.
amazing. And that is why I don't, find me like upset.
Right.
Because I am so pleased and thankful of when I was born
Right, yeah.
and how I grew up.
The era in which you come
Yeah,
from. you know?
I am so.
Yeah.
I give God thanks all the time. We have comments, but you can see them.
Yeah, but I am not seeing it. And someone is upset that I didn't read their comments.
Which comment now?
Joan, but I'm not seeing.
Something about the market too? Love vibration today. No, that's Tao. That's Tao. So what is it? What?
That's what I'm trying to find, and I can't find the comments.
Well, send it back in because.
Sorry about that, Joan. It was not deliberate.
But I'm telling you, the amount of things that we were privileged to have.
Yeah.
As much as we were growing up, and one would say we were poor, a person would say they were poor, but it people was together. As much as poor as they were, and when your parents give you something to eat, you eat.
And be satisfied.
You eat little and live long. Mama used to say all the time, eat little and live long.
Yeah.
Right? So if you get a piece of bread long like your finger, you eat it and you're satisfied. If you get a piece of bread long like the half of the bread,
You're satisfied.
you're satisfied.
Yeah.
Right? And so we never used to make no noise and
Families back then was very tight knit.
yeah.
You know, that we used to look out for each other.
Yeah.
I don't see that no more.
Yeah, that's everybody into their own thing and
Yeah,
so, but we looked after each other,
Yeah.
look out for each other, borrow each other blouse and borrow your pants and put on your shirt and all kind of thing. But I mean, I know when we used to sleep in the mother dress,
Frock
right?
and so, yeah.
The mother frock.
Yeah, that was my best pajama.
The mother
But then my mother also used to, when she don't want us to go nowhere out the yard when it comes to the summer vacation time, she put on a frock on us. But all we do is just hold the frock in the middle by
Pin
the
it
clutch,
in
pin
the
it,
end.
and we
And
got
on again, pin.
Yeah.
I found it, thing. She's saying that Mother Lou used to sell beef patties,
beef patties. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, it's true,
and she's still waiting to eat one of those. So
yeah,
good.
for sure. They used to sell beef patties. Good morning. We have a caller. Hi, morning.
Good morning.
Yes.
I have 3 items to sell.
Oh, that is so nice. Uh-huh.
The first one is an 18-gauge Brad nailer.
What are Mango? 18
14
gauge.
gauge Brad Miller.
18.
18.
18. Brad Miller.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Brand new.
Where is a Brad Miller?
I have no idea.
It's a nailer.
Oh, a nailer.
Like
Oh,
yeah. but
Brad Miller.
Brad
Okay,
Miller.
I
Brad
said
nailer. Yes.
Okay.
Where did she finish?
It's a Craftsman, and it's brand new.
Okay.
And I'm asking $500.
For 500?
Yes.
Okay. And
The other one is a 16-gauge finishing nailer.
16. Oh my gosh. 1 minute. Wrong waiting. See?
I'm talking slow because I know you can't write fast.
Thank you very much. 16 gauge, is it?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Finishing nailer.
Piercing nailer.
Finishing
nailer.
Yes.
Wonder you listening? I hear you. I far from the phone, eh? Finishing nailer. Uh-huh. For how much?
And I'm asking $250.
250.
Yes.
Uh-huh. What
And
else?
then the other item is a Diablo 7¼ inch circular saw blade.
A Diablo.
Diablo.
Mm-hmm.
Diablo, like the devil.
7¼ inch saw blade, yeah.
7¼ inch circular saw blade.
Circular.
Circular.
Saw blade.
And it's 2 of them in the packet for $80.
One second.
I miss an arrow to circular. Okay, circular sublane. For how much?
Yes. There are two of them, and the two is $80.
$80. Okay.
And the number? 760
Yes.
5202.
5202. Got you covered.
Again?
Thank you. Got you covered.
Okay, thank you.
Have a good day.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Well, huh?
Okay.
We're going to take a quick break and come back. Okay, so we have, well, me know, sugar, I wonder if sugar you want them thing there, because sugar got a lot of things there.
in
So,
in the warehouse and
Sugar.
underneath.
Ever since you're gone, yeah?
That's what happened, yeah.
So let's take a quick break and come back. Alrighty, well, it seems as though we can have, I forgot to let you all know in advance that we're going to have a short segment today. Because, Boyak, what you say? Talk
I have
me.
to go to represent the choir at funeral in Nevis.
Okay.
And I have to go and pick my daughter up for dance gospel.
Okay.
So we are sorry about that. We love to be with you guys, and we look forward to being with you guys. And we just want you to stay safe, and we look forward to seeing you again and talking to you next week.
And how we can make it up to you.
We will.
Definitely will.
So the fathers are leaving.
Yes.
The fathers.
So
Yes.
take a step.
I love the tam wango.
Okay.
I love
thank you
it.
very much.
I love it. I love it. They're
Thank you.
nice.
I have a couple of them.
Yeah, when you did it, wear them,
And
man.
look,
Wear them. They look good. I love them.
Okay.
And boy,
And I could borrow his, because I don't
Yeah.
have to put the paper in no
but
more.
that's what I'm saying. You got
Okay
to put
then.
in the paper, though.
Good night.
Once you put in the
Take us
paper,
down.
huh?
You take us down.
Yeah, we had to put in the paper and
To fill it
to
out.
fill it out like
Okay
wango.
then.
Yeah. Okay, so guys, we're gonna end this morning.
Yep.
It's 11:38, and as the guys have to leave, my co-host, they have things to do. So next week we will be back, God's willing.
Yeah.
God's willing.
If it is God's will, you'll be with me again next week. So take
So,
care now.
Peace out and have a good weekend to everyone.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so we are. Dimitri, take us down there. Okay, Jazzy. All righty.
Jazz.